Thank you. And I've taken the gavel just for everybody's information while Senator Lee goes to vote. Let me follow up on that. I don't know the particulars of it, but this, by the way, I've been elsewhere, so if I ask something which is a repeat, I apologize, but I'll pick up where Senator King left off. There was two folks who apparently were American citizens, but who were passing information to the Chinese Communist Party that were recently arrested from the DoD. And I want to say it's out in San Diego. I'm a little vague on all this, but suffice it to say that this occurred. So if the restriction is on Chinese citizens, and by the way, I'm Irish American, right? So I'm not saying we have this kind of prohibition upon Chinese Americans. I'm trying to understand this kind of interface where there's been an infusion of people who now are naturalized U.S. citizens, but in some way still might pose a security risk. And so we want fairness, we want to capitalize upon incredible human talent, but we don't want to be someone's sucker. So take into account these naturalized citizens, and how will we do that as a follow-up to what Senator King asked in terms of establishing security? Yes, ma'am, would you like to go?
Yeah, so I think that's a really good question. So we have, just to put some data out there, of the Chinese citizenship had graduation. After they've been here for 5 years, 88% have stayed, and after 10 years, 81% have stayed. So some of them a lot of them are going to stay. And the question is, which ones are the ones that you need to be concerned about? So I think what we've done with working with the universities and NSF, and certainly, Paul, with your administration work on this too, is the Department of Energy back in 2019 and then 2021, every PI, everyone that wants money, has to put down all their connections, okay? And with regards to money, visits, financial support, all of that has to be there if you're going to get DOE money. And I have been in the SCIF where I've been talking to our intelligence people about someone that may arise that causes them concern. And those people are also working with our vetting, ARTES group, in order to figure out who those people are, because I tell university PIs that if you don't disclose and we find out that something is wrong, you're out of here.
So let me ask you this, though, because I once read about how the Chinese missile program began because there was a Chinese American who was doing fabulous work, but because of a security issue was not given clearance to continue, and he just wanted an outlet for his intellect, and so he returned to Communist China and helped develop their program. So I guess that brings to mind, is there a way to discern between those people who are more loyal to China and those who are more loyal to the United States, but if we shut off opportunity, they will go where they have opportunity? You follow them going there?
Cassidy, that's exactly what we've been talking about here, is the concern about all the cuts that are happening in the Department of Energy, 300 employees at NNSA, 1,800 across the department. And those people have an incredible knowledge, scientific background, and if they're just really upset, shall I say, they may decide to do that. So it concerns me that...
Well, people have got to eat, so they got to have a job.
Yeah, you got to pay the mortgage, you got to eat. You can take that contract that letter that I got recently that said $40,000 for an hour's worth of work in China. We'll pay all your expenses. And, for somebody that is mad, is angry at the government, or for...
Well, but that's not actually, that's not my fundamental question, though. I'm going back to this person in the 1940s or 50s who was really seeking opportunity. So is there a way to discern between those who might be a security risk and those who are, they may leave, but they're going to leave because of opportunity or other circumstances, not because of their security risk, fundamentally?
So in the case of people, again, we go through with the ARTES program and also the risk matrix at the laboratories, we go through as much information as we can that they will give us with regards to when they're employed at the university, or employed in the federal government, to find out whether they could possibly be a risk.
And of course, this would apply to people of multiple nationalities. I think I heard you mention as I walked in, because there's talented people coming to the United States for graduate school from the world over, right?
Yes, but you don't have to worry about, only worry about someone that has Chinese background.
I get
know
that.
Americans, scientists that have decided they needed the money, so they went over to China.
I'm a little suspicious about some of the Canadians, just to put this one on it.
I don't know, I think it's Irish Americans we need to worry about.
You don't have to worry about Irish Americans for much. Senator Hickenlooper.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank all of you for being here.